Hi, welcome back to my channel. What are we going to do today? We're going to configure an Ether channel. Okay, let's get started. Let's open our packet tracer. So, what are we going to do in this packet tracer? We're going to configure basic switch setting. We're going to configure an Ether channel with Cisco PHP, an 802.3 AD LECP Ether channel, and last but not least, a redundant Ether channel link. Okay, background. 3 switches have just been installed. There are redundant uplinks between the switches as configured. Only one of these links can be used, otherwise a bridging pool might occur. However, using only one link utilizes only half of the available bandwidth. Etherchannel allows up to 8 redundant links to be bundled together into one logical link. In this lab, you will configure port aggregation protocol, PHP, a Cisco Etherchannel protocol, and also link aggregation control protocol, LECP, an IAAA 802.3 AD open standard version of Etherchannel. So, an Etherchannel allows up to 8 redundant links to be bundled into one logical link. So guys, if you want to understand this, I made an image for you. Guys. Let's open my Paint. So it says that the Etherchannel, this one, allows up to 8 redundant links. Here are the links to be bundled in one logical link. This is a logical link. So here you have, for example, 3 interfaces. You have gigabit 0/0, gigabit 0/1, gigabit 0/2. You can have up to 8 links. Okay, here we have 3. If you use LECP or PHP protocol, it bundles the links together into one logical link. The one logical link, the Ether channel. I give you an example of 3 links who are bundled in one logical link, but you can have up to 8 links. Okay, let's go back to our packet tracer. Okay, before beginning the configuration, review the Etherchannel configuration guidelines and restrictions listed at the end of this activity. Okay, let's go. It's this one, Etherchannel configuration guidelines and restrictions. I made it easy for you guys, more understandable. I made my own. So, Etherchannel guidelines and restrictions. To avoid configuration problems, follow these guidelines. So the key requirements are: up to 8 interfaces can be part of an Etherchannel, but they must be at the same speed and duplex. I forgot to say, when I showed you my image, it is a must that they have the same speed and duplex. The 8 links, or in my case, the 3 links that I showed you. So I'm gonna take my image again. So these 3 should have the same speed and duplex. If that's not the case, it cannot be formed. A logical link cannot be formed, or an Ether channel cannot be formed. Back to our assignments. So, all interfaces in layer 2 Etherchannel must be in the same VLAN or configured as a trunk. Trunk links must have the same native VLAN and allow VLANs on both switches. You work here with switches, so trunk links must have the same native VLAN and allow VLAN on both switches. Now configuration steps. So before configuring, always shut down. You go to the particular interface and then shut it down. So shut down all interfaces before configuring an Etherchannel. Then you configure the Etherchannel with the compatible modes. The compatible modes, you can see it here. So PHP we saw previously when we read our background. So PHP is only used for Cisco switches. Okay. LECP is used in Cisco switches and all other switches. For example, you can have a Huawei switch, you can have an Aristar switch, and you can have a Dell switch. Those are examples of other switches other than a Cisco switch. So the LECP protocol can be used in Cisco switches and other switches, and it is open source. PHP is only used in Cisco devices. Only in Cisco devices. LECP can be used in Cisco and other devices. PHP is only used in Cisco devices. Okay, the compatible modes are: if one device is desirable, the other can be desirable. If one device is desirable, the other can be auto. In the case of LECP protocol, when the device is active, the other one should be active, but it can also be passive. Okay? Note that if both interfaces are in auto mode, in the case of PHP protocol, or passive mode in the case of LECP protocol, Etherchannel cannot be formed. Okay? So that's our compatible Etherchannel modes. And we were here, see below. So before configuration, again, go to your interface and then shut it down. Then you configure it and then you verify it. Verify all interfaces are up after configuration. Okay, we're gonna do that if we are configuring our devices here, our switches here. We only have switches. Okay. Then the Etherchannel configuration modes. You can configure an Etherchannel using the channel group command with different modes. So if you don't use the protocol LECP or PHP, you can put on the mode on. But in the case of LECP, when you put active, that means that the device must be running all the time. So enables LECP unconditionally. In my line of work, that's in the case of servers. Servers, they run constantly. They don't stop. So what an LECP does is it sends actively data to negotiate a link aggregation. So the device is always attempting to form a connection. That's active. Instead of passive, in a passive mode, in the case of LECP, the device waits until another device initiates a connection. And in this case, an example for a device is a switch. In my line of work, LCP is in passive mode. If we are working with switches, if we're working with servers, they are in active mode. PHP, you have desirable. It enables PHP unconditionally, the same as here. I think this is the same as this one. And this is the same as this one in the case of PHP. So desirable enables PHP unconditionally, and in auto enables PHP only if another PHP capable device is connected. Okay, I hope you understand it, okay? I think here would be Cisco servers and here Cisco switches. We will be using desirable in this assignment, but in real life we will use auto for switches. So switches are passive in real life, so they will be waiting for a connection. In the case of PHP, that will be auto. Okay, let's get started. So this is our port channel table. Instructions. Part 1. Configure basic switch setting. Assign each switch a host name according to the topology diagram. S1 is for switch 1, S2 is for switch 2, and S3 is for switch 3. Okay, let's get started. So going to the switch, then CLI. So here we are in our exec mode. Let's go to our privilege mode by typing enable. And then going to our configuration mode by typing config terminal. Okay, then we have to change our host name from switch to S1. So host name S1. So here you can see it changed. Let's minimize this, go to our switch 2, do the same. So CLI, then enable, then config terminal, host name S2. You can see it changed here. Let's minimize this also and then go to switch 3. CLI, we're here in the exec mode, so let's go to our privileged mode by typing enable, then configuration mode by typing config terminal, and then changing the host name from switch to S3 by typing host name S3. Okay, so we changed all of them. Let's minimize this. Next, before beginning the link aggregation between switches, verify the existing configuration of the ports that connect the switches to ensure that the ports will successfully join the ether channels. Commands that provide information about the state of the switch port include show interfaces, pipe, include Ethernet, show interface status, and show interfaces chunk. So let's start with show interfaces include Ethernet. Let's exit our configuration modes. If we type show interfaces pipe include Ethernet without the capital letter E, Ethernet, he will not give you any information. So let's try this. Show interfaces include Ethernet. Nothing. But if you redo it again and use capital letter E, he will give you information. So here your interfaces are down. The line protocol is also down or disabled. Except for our interfaces 21 and 22, they're up and connected. Let's click on enter. And our gigabit internet 0/1 and 0/2 are also up and connected. Okay. Next command is show interface status. So show interface status. Here you can see the ones who are connected are fast internet 0/21 and 22 and gigabit 0/1 and gigabit 0/2. And the speeds and duplex are all in auto. Okay. Then show interfaces trunk. He will give you nothing because he didn't configure anything as a trunk. So let's check this. So show interfaces trunk. See, nothing. Okay. Then configure all ports that are required for the Etherchannel as static trunk ports. Okay, we're going to do that. We're going to use our port channel table. So let's start with switch 1. Okay, let's go to that interface. So let's first of all go to our configuration mode by typing config terminal. We're in our configuration mode. Then interface range fast internet 0/21 till 22. Okay, you can see it here. We are in that interface. Then we have to configure it as a trunk. The command that we use is switch port mode trunk. Okay, you can see that the interfaces went down, then up, down, then up. Okay, interface 0/21 went down, then up, and then the interface fast internet 0/22 went down and then up. Okay, so what do we have here? We also have gigabit 0/1 and gigabit 0/2 on switch 1. Okay, let's do that. You can jump to the interface or you can exit this one. But let's jump to our interface range gigabit 0/1 till gigabit 0/2. Okay, so interface range gigabit 0/1 till 2. Then you're in that interface. You can also do it here. So interface range fast internet 0/21 till 22. Then comma gigabit 0/1 till 2. But we're going to do that for switch 2. Wait a minute. Yes, we're going to do that for switch 2. You can do it this way or the other way. But let's now go further with this one. So we are in that interface and we have to use the command switch port mode trunk. So you can see it here. It goes down and then it goes up again. Okay, so that's it for switch 1. Let's do switch 2. Okay, so enable config terminal. Then let's go to the interface range. So interface, what happened there? Let's go to our interface range. So what do we have? This. Let's start with this. So fast internet 0/23 till 24, comma, and then include also this one. So you can do it both ways. So in this case, it's gigabit 0/1 till 2. So switch port mode trunk. So no need to do this because he already did it for us. You can see it here above. When we entered the configuration mode, the line protocol interface went down and then up for 0/1 and then again for 0/2. So he already did it for us, so no need to do it again. Why, you may ask? It's because we already configured it in switch 1 and switch 2 is talking to switch 1. And here we can see switch 1. We did it for switch 1, so he's synced with switch 2. Okay, and now let's do switch 3. So minimize this and let's do switch 3. And switch 3 is from, you can see it here, fast internet 0/21 till 24. Okay, so switch 3, let's go. Enable terminal, then interface range fast internet 0/21 till 24. Okay, then switch port mode trunk. Okay, that's it. So let's check our show interfaces trunk. So let's go to switch 1, going out of our configuration mode or interface mode here. So Control C, we're out. So this time when we type show interfaces trunk, you will see the ports that we used for trunking. So the interface 21 till 22 are trunking and gigabit 0/1 and 0/2. You can see here, those are connected to switch 2. 21 and 22 are connected to switch 3. So if you want to see the other interfaces, we should go to switch 3 and put the same command. So let's go out of here and then wait, I'm gonna put them next to each other. You can see it better. You can type show interfaces chunk. So here you can see it. Those who is connected to, so to interface 21, 22, 23, 24. That's it. And if you ask switch 2, he will also give you 2. He will give you this information. 2 and 1 are connected by gigabit 0/1 and 0/2. Okay, here let's go out of here by clicking on Control C. We're out, and then show interface chunk. Here we can see the interfaces he's connected to. So 24, 23, gigabit 01 and gigabit 02. Okay, so here you go. So it's well done. If you did this, you're going to have 27%. Okay. If the ports are configured with dynamic chunk protocol, auto mode, and you do not set the mode of the port to chunk, the links do not form chunks and remain access ports. The default mode on a 2960 switch is for the dynamic chunk protocol to be enabled and set to dynamic auto. TTP can be disabled on interfaces with the switch port not negotiated. Okay. Part 2. Configure an Ether channel with Cisco PHP. When configuring Ether channels, it is recommended to shut down the physical ports being grouped on both devices before configuring them into channel groups. That's true because that's what we already have seen in our guidelines and restrictions. So first you have to shut it down, then configure your device, and then a no shutdown. Otherwise, Etherchannel misconfig guard may place these ports into error disable state. The ports and port channels can be re-enabled after Etherchannel is configured. Okay, configure port channel 1. The first Etherchannel that is created for this activity aggregates ports fast internet 0/21 and fast internet 0/22 between switch 1 and switch 3. Configure the ports on both switches as a static chunk port. We already have done that. We configure switch 1 and switch 3 by using the command switch port mode trunk. Use the command to ensure that you have an active trunk link for those two links and the native VLAN on both links are the same. Okay, let's go to our switch 1 and then by typing enable, then type show interfaces trunk. So here you see them, fast internet 0/21 and fast internet 0/22. The status is trunking and they're both in a native VLAN 1. Okay, on switch 1 and switch 3, add ports fast internet 0/21 and fast internet 0/22 to port channel 1 with the channel group 1 mode desirable command. The mode desirable option enables the switch to actively negotiate to form a PHP link. interfaces must be shut down before adding them to the channel group. Okay, let's do switch 1. So let's go to our configuration mode by typing config terminal. Then go to interface range fast internet 0/21 till 22. So first of all, we have to shut it down. So shut down. Okay, then configure it by creating a channel group. So channel group 1 mode desirable. Okay, he's creating a port channel. You can see it here. And then now you have to put it up by tapping no shut down. So the state is up. Okay, let's do the same for our switch 3. Here we go. Here you can see the state goes down. See it here? Change to down, and then goes up again. So enable config terminal, then going to the interface range fast internet 0/21 till 22, then shut down. It's down, and when it goes down, this also goes down. You can see it here. Okay, so it's down, and now we have to create a channel group. So channel hyphen group 1 mode desirable. Okay, it's creating that channel, and then you have to put it up. So no shut down. Look at switch 1 when I click on enter. No shut down. See? The other one also goes up. Okay? Let's minimize this and this. The message creating a port channel interface port hyphen channel 1 should appear on both switches when the channel group is configured. This interface designation will appear as PO1 in command output. Okay. Configure the logical interface to become a chunk by first entering the interface port channel number command and then the switch port mode chunk command. Add this configuration to both switches. Okay, let's start with switch 1. Let's exit our interface range. We're back in our configuration mode. So interface port hyphen channel 1. We're in that interface, and then put the command switch port mode chunk. Okay, it's done for switch 1. Let's go to switch 3. exit our interface range, then interface port hyphen channel 1, then switch port mode trunk. Okay, that's done. Verify port channel 1 status. Issue the show Etherchannel summary command on switch 1 and switch 3 to verify that Etherchannel is working on both switches. This command displays the type of Etherchannel, the ports utilized, and the port states. Command output is shown for switch 1. So you should have this. If you go to your switch 1, let's go back to our privileged mode by clicking on Ctrl C. Then type show Etherchannel summary. So here you can see that our port channel is created. So PO1, port channel 1. S stands for switch, in this case layer 2 switch. And U stands for in use. So the port channel is up. Number of channel groups in use is 1. Number of aggregators is 1. So it's the same as this one. And the interfaces that we use to make one logical link is fast internet 0/21 and fast internet 0/22. And they are both in P. See P, and that's for in a port channel. Okay. So well done. Let's minimize this. Wait. When the Ether channel does not come up, shut down the physical interfaces on both ends of the Ether channel and then bring them up. The show interfaces trunk and show spanning tree command should show the port channel as one logical link. Okay, let's just try that. Let's put the command show interfaces trunk, and here you see spanning tree. It sees as one PO, is one link. The management domain of VLANs sees as also as one logical link. So let's try the other command, and that's show spanning tree. It's actually written here, but let's try the command show spanning tree. Don't forget your hyphen. And then you can see it here again, root port 1 as one logical link. Okay. Let's minimize this. Go to part 3. But first of all, we're gonna check how much percentage do we have in our results if we did part 1 and 2. If we did that, you have to have 51%. Okay? Have 51%. If you did part 1 and 2. Let's go to part 3. Part 3. Configure an 802.3AD LECP Ether channel. So don't forget LECP. You can configure it in all devices, also in Cisco devices, but PHP, the PHP protocol is only used on Cisco devices. LECP is open source. You can use it for Cisco devices and you can use it for other devices like Huawei, Dell, Arista, the other devices. Okay, configure port channel 2. In 2000, the IAAA released 802.3ED, which is an open standard version of Etherchannel. It is commonly referred to as LECP. Using the previous commands, configure the link between switch 1 and switch 2 using port gigabit 0/1 and gigabit 0/2. As an LECP Etherchannel, you must use a different port channel number on switch 1 than 1, because you already used that in the previous steps. So the connection between switch 1 and switch 3, you used the port channel 1. Now you're going to use port channel 2 for the connection between switch 1 and switch 2. To configure port channel 2 as LECP, use the interface configuration mode channel-group 2 mode. Active command. Active mode indicates that the switch actively tries to negotiate that link as LECP, as opposed to PHP. The configuration of switch 1 is shown below. Okay, let's go to our switch 1 and then put the configurations in. So again, switch 1, enable, then going to our configuration mode by typing configuration terminal. Then going to our interface range. It's gigabit 0/1 till gigabit 0/2. Okay, we're in that interface. The first step when you go in that interface is shut it down. So shut down. It's down, you can see it here. 0/1 and 0/2 gigabit Ethernet is down. Okay. Then create a channel group. Channel-group to mode active. Okay. He's creating a port channel interface, port channel 2. Then you have to put it up by typing no shut down. Okay. Then let's jump to our interface port channel 2. So interface port channel 2. We're in that interface, and then make it a chunk by using the command switch port mode chunk. So verify port channel 2 status. Use the show command from part 1, step 2 to verify the status of port channel 2. Look for the protocol used by each port. So part 1, step 2. Okay, part 1. Here is part 1. There is no step 2. I think he meant part 2, step. I think he meant part 2, step 2. Yes, here you can see verify port channel 1 status. So use show Etherchannel summary. Okey-doke. So where are we? We were here. Okie dokie. I have to exit my configuration, so click on Control-C and you're out. And the command for showing your port channel status is show either channel summary. Show ether channel summary. Look for the protocol used by each port. See here, protocol. The first one that we configured was PHP. You can see it here. And the last one was LECP. So we used LECP protocol for gigabit 0/1 and gigabit 0/2. So here we see it, you see I, and here you see port in port channel. I means standalone. You can see it here. Standalone. Okay. So we have done this. That's done. Let's minimize this. Wait, so it is down because we didn't create our group channel 2 in our switch 2 yet. We only created it in switch 1. Okay, let's do switch 2. So we have done this for switch 1. Now we have to do the same for switch 2. Okay, let's go. So enable, then config terminal, then going to the interface range gigabit 0/1 till 2, then shut it down. Okay, then creating the channel group, channel group, so mode active. Okay, it's creating that port channel 2. Then no shut down. So the state comes up. The interface gigabit 0/1 and gigabit 0/2. Then let's jump to interface port channel 2. Then switch port mode trunk. Okay, that's it. Let's exit our configuration. Okay, and now let's put our command. So use the show command from part 1 step 2. It's part 2 step 2. Verify port channel 2 status. Show ether channel summary. Here you can see it is port channel 2. It's about a switch layer 2. It's in use. U is means use. Can find it here. In use, and the protocol is LECP. Then you have the gigabit 0/1 interface and 0/2 interface, and there are both. P means they're in a port channel, and in this case port channel 2. Okay, so let's minimize this. If you go back to switch 1 and you put the same command, so show Etherchannel summary, you're gonna have the port channel, the 2, who is up with the same protocol and the same interfaces. But switch 1 is also connected to switch 3, and in switch 3 I used this protocol for channel 1, group channel 1, with those interfaces who he made one logical link, the logical link named channel group 1. Okay, so that's done. Let's minimize this. So if you have done part 3, so let's scroll to part 4. Normally you will have 75% in your results. You can see it here, 75%. Okay. Part 4. Configure a redundant Ether channel link. Configure port channel 3. So we already created 2 logical links. We created port channel 1 and then port channel 2. Now we're going to create port channel 3. So configure port channel 3. There are various options for the channel group number, mode, command. So let's go to our switch 2. We are in our exec mode. Let's go to our privileged mode by typing enable. Then our configuration mode by typing config terminal. Let's go to our interface range. Fast internet 0/23 till 24. It's range, yes. Let's create a channel group. Channel group 3 mode. Let's use a question mark. If we use a question mark, the switch is able to help us by giving us the options that are available. So just channel group 3 mode and then a question mark. So then we have active, enable the LECP unconditionally. Then you have auto, enable PHP only if a PHP device is detected. Then desirable, enable PHP unconditionally. On, enable Ether channel only. And passive means enable LECP only if a LECP device is detected. So on switch 2, add port fast internet 0/23 and fast internet 0/24 to port channel 3 with the channel group 3 mode passive command. The passive option indicates that you want to switch to use LECP only if another LECP device is detected. statically configure port channel 3 as a trunk interface. So we're going to use passive, and you can see it here. Passive enables LACP only if a LACP device is detected. Okay, let's use passive. Okay, he's creating a port channel. You can see it here. Creating a port channel, interface port channel 3. That's good. Okay, so we are still in that interface range. You know that because we entered it here. I can see it here. Okay, so here, instead of going out of our interface, we are still in this interface. So you can just shut down, put shut down. Okay, then channel group 3 mode passive, then no shut down, then going to the interface port channel, three. Now in this case we are in this interface port channel 3. Let's make it a trunk by typing switch port mode trunk, and we're done. Then we have to do the same for switch 3, but instead of passive we have to use active. Okay, you can see it here on switch. Let's minimize this. Go to our switch 3. Okay, then doing the same configuration, enable terminal, then interface range fast internet 0/23 till 24, then shut down. Okay, it's down. Then creating a channel group by typing channel group 3 mode active. In switch 3 we have to put active. Okay, it's creating the channel, then no shut down to put the interfaces up. Okay, and then make it a trunk by typing switch port mode trunk. Okay, that looks good. From down to up. Then step 2, let's go back to our switch 2. Let's exit our interface just by clicking on Ctrl+C. We're out of there. And then use the show commands to verify the status of port channel 3. So let's use show Etherchannel summary. And here you can see switch 2. It's connected with group 2 and group 3. And here you can see that our port channel 3 is created. The protocol is LECP, and the port channel interfaces are fast internet 0/23 and fast internet 0/24. That's well done. Okay, let's minimize this. Okay, let's go back to our switch 1 and type this command. So create Etherchannel links does not prevent spanning tree from detecting switching loops. View the spanning tree status of the active ports on switch 1. Okay, let's go to switch 1. And then type show spanning tree active. So show spanning tree active. Don't forget your hyphens. So show spanning -tree active. Okay, let's see if we have the same response. So VLAN 1 spanning tree enabled protocol IAA root is 32,769. The address, this is our MAC address because we're working with switches and switches talk in MAC addresses. This is also the same, and then interface role, these are also the same. And port channel 1 is the root. Okay, that's well done. So port channel 2 is not operative because spanning tree protocol placed some ports into blocking mode. Unfortunately, those ports were the gigabit ports. In this topology, you can restore these ports by configuring switch 1 to be the primary route for VLAN 1. You could also set the priority to 24576. So let's go to switch 1. So before we're going to do this, let's check our results. I think you're going to have 99%. So let's just check it for sure. Here, 99. So when you're going to make it as a primary route, you switch 1, you're going to have 100. So let's do that. You can choose between this spanning tree VLAN 1 route primary or spanning tree VLAN 1 priority, this number, but this number should be less than this. So here we have 32,769 because the priority ID is this one. Okay, so if you put 31,600, for example, is going to be a primary route. Okay, so it should be less than this one. Okay, let's just do primary. It's easy. So spanning tree VLAN 1 route primary. Let's put our results next to it. You can see it will change to 100%. No, I forgot to go to our configuration mode. I'm sorry. So because we have to configure it. So configuration mode by typing config ter, and then our spanning tree VLAN 1 route primary. So see, it changed to 100%. So we did a good job. Give yourself some props. That's it for today. Let's move this. Then minimize this. Then close this. That's it for today. Please like, share, and subscribe. And have a nice day. Bye!